changed me. The people of New Hampshire, the wonderful people of New Hampshire have changed me. And I want to tell you how it happened. I don't know, I don't know if it happened in the first 25 town halls or the second 25 or the third 25. But as we got closer and closer to those 100 town halls, the 106 that we finally finished on, people, for some reason, were able to come to these town halls and feel safe. A man came the other day and he was crying at the end of the town hall and put his arms around me and said, "My son's got cancer." And I feel as though I didn't warn him. And I said, "Sir, it's sad. It's a tragedy. It's terrible. But it's not your fault." He communicated to somebody the other day and said, that conversation lifted a weight off of his shoulders. But and he came from New York to tell me his story. And some of you remember the woman that was sitting way up in the seats, and she told the story of her daughter who had been sick from being a child, and she felt all alone, and I asked her to come down, and I hugged that woman, and we all cried a little bit that night. And not long ago, at one of the big town halls, a lady sitting in the back, after we'd gone through the mechanics of fighting drugs, she brought in the real flesh and blood. And she talked about her 31-year-old daughter, who had been 11 months sober. And I looked around the room and said, "Can you imagine how hard it is to be a mom who at one point just held that little baby in her arms, to have to wake up every day and ask the good Lord, and the good Lord is listening, to have her daughter recover." Now, when you are in settings like that, you begin to learn something. There are too many people in America who don't feel connected. They've got victories that no one celebrates with them. And they have defeats and pain sometimes that they have to absorb themselves. I'll tell you what I really think we need. We need this economic growth and the job creation. But at the heart and soul of the United States of America, the America that I grew up in Little McKee's Rocks, where my father carried mail and stuck his nose into everybody's business and brought some joy at a time of triumph, and was able to be on the step and cry with them when they lost somebody they loved. You see, that's the America that I know, where we slow down our lives. We've slowed down our lives, and let's just leave this hall tonight, and I would ask you to just reflect on this. Because you see, we're all made to change the world. We're all made to be a part of the healing of this world. And if we would just slow down, and by the way, heal the divisions within our own families, be willing to listen to the person that lives next door when you're in such a hurry to get out of the driveway, or such a hurry to get out of the shopping center. Just slow down. Look them in the eye. Give them a hug. You see, it doesn't take government. It takes our hearts to change America. And in this campaign, I've become convinced even more about what it takes to win a political campaign, and what it takes for somebody to be a leader. It's not just what's up here in the head. It's also what's deep in here in the heart. And the people of New Hampshire have taught me a lesson. And from this day forward, I'm going to go slower and spend my time listening and healing and helping and bringing people together to fix our